If I'm contributing, I'm not listening to you.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and that's probably why you're not married. Because
I don't want to be married.
Well, it's easy to say. You said just deny it because you can't do it. I get it.
I can't.
It's an evil world we live in.
And the only reason why I wouldn't be able to go 50-50 with a man is because I know subconsciously I wouldn't be able to give him that top dog, head of the household treatment.
Right.
Knowing that if it weren't for my 50%, we wouldn't have any of this. Especially when it comes to big things like rent, utilities, all of that stuff. Like, I'm cool with helping out around the house when it doesn't come to...
You're cool with not having to come out of pocket because you don't respect the man outside of his finances.
This is filthy work.
Break it down for a gang.
If I'm contributing, I'm not listening to you.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and that's probably why you're not married. Because
I don't want to be married.
Well, it's easy to say. You said just deny it because you can't do it. I get it. But
I can't do it.
But listen. Let me break it down. Right. Just because you're putting in the money doesn't mean you're fit to lead. A man is gonna be, not all the time, more logical. He's gonna have more skill set because he's much more's been required of him through life because he's a man. So therefore, the woman says, "I trust you to lead." There can't be two pilots. There's a pilot and a co-pilot. But at the end of the day, the pilot is the one who makes the final call. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you can't. If there's two people trying to drive the same car steering wheel, you're gonna crash. It's gonna be a problem, and you're really gonna go nowhere. And that's in most relationships because everybody wants to say so you're not gonna go anywhere. Somebody has to be able to step back and let somebody leave. And I feel like it's a position of strength when a woman could say, "I trust you, and I'm gonna step back and let you leave."
For sure. But you should be handling most of everything, and I should just be paying the cable bill and cooking you dinner.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll just go get a prostitute then, right? If your woman doesn't want to contribute nothing, just want to be here.
The cable bill and dinner.
That's nothing. You might as well not do that. You know what I might as well do? I might as well just go get a prostitute every night I want to have sex if you're just going to do nothing.
But is the prostitute going to love you?
Or do you love me, or do you love what I'm doing for you if you don't even want to put nothing in? A woman can't love me if she don't want to put her all into me. If she only want to pay a cable bill, she don't really love me. She just here for the money. That's how I feel.
How do you feel about that, L? You think that's true?
What?
That if a woman want to do bare minimum, does she really love that man?
Yes, you could love him and do bare minimum and financially and do a lot around the house.
If a woman is trying to tuck her bag to herself and just she don't love you. I've never met a woman who really liked me a lot who didn't want to give me everything.
I don't want to give nobody everything.
You ain't never loved nobody.
Right, because everything, it should be that. It should be mutual love on all sides. And that was
why would a man who loves me want to take everything from me?
Because he's giving you everything.
What is he giving?
I'm not taking everything from you because we're one at that point. If I love you and you love me, we're one. So your bag and my bag is the same bag.
So my bag and is my bag. Your bag is my bag too, then.
No, my bag is my bag. Your bag is my bag.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Break it down.
I mean, it's like, tell me you want to be useless without telling me you want to be useless. Really? Cable bill? Come on, man. For most people, that's probably like, what, $100? That ain't shit. You ain't breaking the bank. You ain't putting a dent. You ain't really saving me any real money. And see, and here's the other thing, because you notice he mentioned prostitute. This is the other thing that women don't realize when they're asking for this. The things that men would expect a stay-at-home wife or a mother to do, if they can afford to keep you at home, they can afford to pay other women to do those things. Especially if they're in a country like where I'm at now. But in the United States, yeah. If a man can afford to keep a woman at home, especially in the United States because it's way more expensive, then yeah, he can definitely delegate all his other needs, chef, clean, laundry, all that. So he made some valid points, but what I found interesting is that I came across another clip that he's in, pretty much saying the opposite in terms of a woman that does want to be taken care of. And I want y'all to hear what he has to say because I would argue a lot of men are going to agree with this. Check this out.
A lot of these women, man, they really dependent. You want to talk to me about what I'm doing when I'm paying for everything. Stay in a child's place. You decided that you wanted to be taken care of. You want to depend on me, then stay in a child's place. Now, if you want to come and contribute half, then maybe we can have an eye-level conversation. But my son don't tell me what to do. I tell him what to do. Why? Because he's my dependent, right? So if you want me to pay for everything and be dependent on me, stay in a child's place or a woman's place over there. Or cough up half the rent and cough up half of something, and then we can talk as equals. But right now, we not. Out of these.
And in there lies the hole in women's argument when it comes to this topic. If you can't even respect a man going 50-50 or making less than you, how in the hell can you expect a man to respect you or treat you as an equal when he's paying for everything? I'm telling you, I don't even want to say the lack of logic, but the lack of use of logic when it comes to women is astounding to me. Like, bruh, either that or y'all really just think y'all that manipulative, bruh. I'm like, maybe that's why I got so many female haters, because I'm open men's eyes to this shit so that way they don't get hit with the foolery. Let's continue.
And the only reason why I wouldn't be able to go 50-50 with a man is because I know subconsciously I wouldn't be able to give him that top dog, head of the household treatment.
Right.
Knowing that if it weren't for my 50%, we wouldn't have any of this. Especially when it comes to big things like rent, utilities, all of that stuff. Like, I'm cool with helping out around the house when it doesn't come to...
You're cool with not having to come out of pocket because you don't respect the man outside of his finances. You can't respect the man outside of his finances because you're a disrespectful person overall. You don't care about nothing else but the money, right? As you can see, she's in her car. She just said in her video that she would rather stay alone and pay all of her bills alone rather than splitting the bills with a man or even her husband, right? This is the problem. I said this on my other page, right? The problem with some of these women that think like this, they want unconditional love from a man. They want it the most genuine way possible. They want a man to love them for who they are, even if they're not giving nothing back. That's what they want. But they can't give unconditional love back because their love is just coming from what the man can do for them. It's straight conditional. So if a man isn't doing what they want them to do, they don't want it. They don't want it, bro. I also said the other day that some women don't. They want a provider. The only reason they want a provider is so they can stack money. That's it. If they can't stack money while you provide, they don't want it. They want to sit there and stack paper and have an escape plan instead of just going half with you because they really don't like you. The women that do think like this, they're always going to be single. Always. And if they do get in a relationship, they're not going to like their partner. So they're going to be putting themselves in like stressful situations and they're going to end up becoming single after a while. Their relationships never are going to work because they don't love their partner equally. It's not mutual. It's not.
And you know what? I gotta say, this is the reason why when I covered that brother that was trying to convince his girl to be a stay-at-home mom and wife, and everybody was saying he's doing it for selfish reasons and he's only thinking about himself and yada yada yada, when he's literally sat up here and told the world that my goal in life was to retire my mom and my wife. And now that I'm in a position to do that, I want to do that. And all women talk about is about how as a man is supposed to provide. But the moment he started mentioning things that would be beneficial to him by her doing that, then all of a sudden it was a problem. But then you look at conversations and situations like this where you got women coming here online saying, I can't respect a man unless he's paying for everything. That's not selfish, especially when you as a woman want to continue to keep and hoard your money yourself. So when women say they want that, who are they thinking about? They're not thinking about the man, they're thinking for themselves. So that makes y'all just as selfish as that guy wanting to put his wife up and not have to work anymore. And one of the reasons why he said he wanted it was it would give him more time to make more money for them. It just goes to show you, bro, it's true when they say when men make money, they think I can provide for a family. When women make money, they're only thinking themselves, I don't need a man, but they still want a man to pay for everything so that way they can continue to save their money. But that ain't selfish. Fuck out of here.
Women only seeing men for what they can produce financially, devaluing their character, setting herself above him. I measure everything against money, how much I should respect you, how much I should love you, what I think about you. I measure it against money. This is what happens when we have the priorities out of order. When someone loves money more than they love godly principle, I set myself above him, disrespecting him, patronizing, even abusing him because I'm angry when the man doesn't produce. I have a tendency to treat him worse. Some of y'all get abusive. You started treating him like he was less than. This is abuse. It's really something to be upset about. I can't imagine being a man having to even come into contact with that. That because of what I produce, you give yourself permission to mistreat me. So a lot of women need to get for real about that. How inappropriate, how unacceptable, how despicable that is. The way that you want men to take accountability for the way he mistreats you, women, I want you to take accountability for your tendency to the point where it's a consistency. You're consistent, negative, dysfunctional, even damn abusive behavior towards men, speaking down on them, treating them weird, treating them messed up, calling them names, verbally obliterating them. Because you've attached their worth to their money. When you hurt people like that, you got to stop leaning on all your crutches, talking about, well, it was what I saw. You need to apologize.
And I've always found that weird that women would even do that, considering these are the same women that for years have been fighting for men to see them more than just sexual objects, only to turn around and be in a world where women objectify themselves more than ever. Um, but interesting to see that that's how they view men, even though they want men to see them as more than just what they claim men have seen them as in past years. So once again, bro, I tell you all the time, bro, women are walking contradictions. Can't make this shit up.
I want to say this in a way where people can hear me and understand where it's coming from. There's been a lot of conversation around like, I can't go 50-50 with a man because I wouldn't respect him. I can't respect the man if he this type of thing. And what I want y'all to know is that when you make a decision to bring someone into your world and into your life in a romantic way, and y'all are an item, that is all that is needed for there to be respect. I just want to go on the record of saying that. Respect is not something that you pick and choose when you want to do. In my opinion, I think the only thing that should change how much you respect someone is when it's a conversation around their character. Respect is something that supersedes how you can benefit from another person. I also feel the same way about men saying they only respect women who dress a certain type of way. Because no, you actually don't respect women. Because respect is just respect. That's what makes it respect. Okay? I need people to get back to understanding what it means to respect a person. And it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with personal gain. It has nothing to do with how you can benefit off of them. We need to circle back to what it means to actually respect someone, to respect another human being. And again, I'm not talking about just a random person. I'm talking about if you bring someone into your life on purpose, intentionally, they deserve your respect regardless. Regardless. That means without money or nothing. That's the bare minimum. Respect is the bare minimum when you're dealing with another human. You feel me? That's the bare minimum.
Basically reiterating what I said at the beginning of this video, respect is respect. That shit is free. That's shit that you're taught as a child. I don't understand this shit. I'm like, it's stupid. Cause just like she said, I mean, even if even if you see a woman dressed in a more provocative fashion, now you're probably not going to take her serious as far as like relationship and marriage and shit, but you're still going to be respectful just off of the strength that you want that respect back, regardless of how you coming. So once again, bro, it's sad to see that this is even a conversation, man. But once again, I'm telling you, it's only revealing how selfish women that think like this are, bro.
If you live with your boyfriend and you pay half the rent, do not come onto this app and tell us the qualities that we need to look for in a good man, because you are not dating a man, you are dating your roommate.
If you're a woman living with a man and you don't pay half of the bills, you then become a dependent, which isn't very independent of you. Also, fellas, dependents are also referred to as children. So if you've got a woman not paying half the bills, you've got an adult child in your house. How am I gonna get
making 150 and the man is making 50. Chris stated that we need to figure out how we're gonna live off this 50. Is that what you said?
We gonna be together, right?
We know all that. We trying to figure out these numbers.
I don't know if I'm missing it a little bit.
You make 150.
I make $150,000.
I make $50,000.
You make $50,000. My money is inconsequential to this relationship.
I like that.
You're not thinking about my money.
Let me ask you this then.
So I'm gonna leave with my 50,000.
You gonna leave with your 50?
So let me ask you this.
We're not gonna be destitute or anything, but that 50 gonna have to do some things.
So does that include marriage?
In marriage, we only talking about marriage. Boyfriend, girlfriend don't have
I'm glad
financial
she said
benefits.
that though. I'm glad she said that. So in a marriage, if you make 150 and he make 50, we ain't working with 200. We working with 50.
That is
we working with 50.
Oh. Did y'all see that caption that it said at the top? This is what today's women are trying to get men to assimilate to. I'm like, why do you think there's so many women over here having this conversation? Why is it so triggering for them? Because men aren't going for it. Because it doesn't make sense. Think about this. If I make 50K a year and my shorty make 150K, you mean to tell me all the bills are relying on my 50K? If that's the case, I might as well not even be with you, or we can stay in our own spots. That way I can save myself some money too. Because bitch, what the fuck do I look like? I tell you, bro, these women kind of got this attitude like men are just supposed to work and die for them. Like, I'm nah, bro. Life too short for that, bro. Like, fellas, put yourselves first, man, and enjoy yourselves and treat yourselves, bro, and guard your peace. This is nonsense. Ain't nobody about to assimilate to that shit.
One of the things I hear all the time from stay-at-home moms is the complaints that my husband does not help out. But let's be real. If you don't work, your job is the home. Your job is the kids. And yes, even your husband is your job. So while you're frustrated that he just goes to work, he's carrying the full financial weight of the family. That is every bill, every mortgage payment, every grocery run, every little time that you want to treat yourself. He's got to take care of that. And on top of that, 9 times out of 10, he's drowning in work stress, office politics, the pressure of never failing. Because if he does, your entire life will collapse. Then he comes home to complaints that he's not available enough. He's not emotionally available enough. He doesn't help enough. He's lucky because at least at work he gets a break. Meanwhile, he has no safe space. He can't vent because if he does, he's weak or he's a complainer. He can't say he's exhausted because you're just going to say you're even more exhausted. His role is provider. It's machine work pay. Machine work pay repeat like a robot. No check-ins, just higher and higher expectations. And this is why men suffer in silence, because society only checks on the moms and the kids. But what about him? He's the one who's sacrificing moments with his kids so that they can have the life that you want. He's the one breaking his back so you don't have to work. But he's not just a paycheck. He's not a robot. He's a good man. But he's also invisible. And when a man feels invisible for too long, he starts to wonder, why am I even here? Why am I here? And a lot of times, he'll go find somebody else who will make him feel appreciated. And then that'll give you even more ammo to shit all over him and drag him and then play the victim. This is a problem. And I'm really tired of hearing about the complaints from women on a daily basis who stay at home with their kids. That is your job. Manage your time a little bit better. It'll work out for you.
I'm so fucking tired of hearing this 50-50 conversation. Bitch, get in the fucking field. In this fucking economy, you need 2 fucking incomes. I don't give a fuck what nobody fucking says. You need 2 fucking incomes. There is nothing fucking wrong with helping your man out with the household that you have with that nigga. What the fuck is wrong? They be like, oh, well, my mom and my dad. Bitch, guess what? When your mom and dad was living, houses were like $40,000, $50,000. But you know how much it is now? Bitch, please. You know how much rent is now? Shut the fuck up. Help your fucking nigga out and shut the fuck up. Cook, clean, do that, and contribute to the fucking household. And shut the fuck up. Please.
Club Shay Shay did a podcast with a celebrity, and he asked her, since you make the most money in the home, does that make you the breadwinner as well as the head of the household? She came back and she said no. And somebody said, Ingrid, what is your take on this? I said, I totally agree. And they said, well, can you elaborate? Of course I can. Let's first identify what a breadwinner is. A breadwinner is somebody that's identified with bringing in some source of income inside of the home to benefit the home, correct? Good job. We're getting somewhere already. So now if we've identified what a breadwinner is, we're going to also identify that if you flip burgers at McDonald's, you're a breadwinner, right? Good job. Okay, so now let's identify what the head of the household is. The head of the household, does that mean that you have to make the most money? No. You see, I would never demoralize or demonize the fact of a man, him being masculine and me being a feminine. I understand my place in a woman as being somebody's helpmate, which means I bring substance and value to anything that you already possess or that you obtain. You go get the food, I'm going to give you a cooked meal, hot and ready, as if it's Little Caesars followed by me. But however, the audacity for some of y'all to say, if I make more money than you, you're not the head of the household, it's me and I'm the breadwinner. When I think you forgot that also the head of the household is somebody who's going to be sitting there adding some source of stability, some source of guidance, protection, leading me, making sure I'm safe, making sure I'm loved on in all the correct places. Baby, that's the head of the household. Because see, what you fail to realize is a lot of things that we oftentimes cannot, most of the time, possess is things that money cannot buy. So quit looking for something that you know you cannot obtain or that you cannot reciprocate. Now, why would I take away a man's masculinity because I think that I make the most money that he does? Did you not know that I'm just the creative and the face value of everything, but he's really the back end of it? He's really the logistics of the whole plan, an idea that I may have had and pitched. Ooh, I think y'all better play safe, but I did come to start a riot.
Yeah, she was spitting, bro. But this is one of the things that I've always found strange about this conversation. It never made sense for women to sit over here and say, well, I'm the head of the household. I should be in charge. I should lead because I'm making more money. I'm the breadwinner. Okay, but are you going to take on all the other masculine duties that y'all expect men to do? And it goes back to what I tell y'all all the time, man. They want the authority of a man with none of the responsibilities or accountability, bro. That's basically all this shows. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live channel. Links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.